Mpanga Gloria. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome team of farmers. The Prime Minister, our Prime Minister for tonight's motion will be Honorable Rukwanzi Marilyn. With the Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Biamukama Aston Joseph. Please welcome the delegators, our team, the opposition leader, Honorable Mumuza Adolf. The Deputy Opposition Leader, Tumwisige Dominique, Honorable. And finally, the Opposition Whip, Honorable Mwinyi Lysandra.
The two competitive sides and the House at large. My name is Marilyn Rukwanzi, the first affirmative, and we are also having the second affirmative, who is Biamukama Aston Joseph, and of course our third affirmative, who is Katusima Annette. Resolved. This house shall encourage the President of Uganda first to rehabilitate the promoters of homosexuality before signing the bill into the law. Before I go further, media, I will first explain some of the vital words in this resolution. We are saying rehabilitate. To rehabilitate is to help somebody to have a normal and useful life after they have been very sick, or maybe they have come from a lifetime imprisonment. We have a very simple vital word, though it is simple. The president. The president is the head of the state. The promoters, these are the people who are encouraging or promoting something. We are saying the word homosexuality. Homosexuality is an act of a person who is sexually attracted to that person of the same sex. My dear, our house, as the team affirmatives, our house is Parliament, and of course the parameters of Uganda. The parameters are Uganda. Our dear judges, what do we have as the need in this resolution? In this resolution, we have to end, our need in this resolution is to end homosexuality. Our dear judges, we as a team affirmatives, we are saying that how are we going to first encourage the President of Uganda to first rehabilitate these promoters? How are we going to do this on our dear judges? We are going to first carry out research on the effects or the reasons why these people or why these promoters are promoting this homosexuality. Because we may not be aware of the things, or maybe they have their own reasons, of which we as the Parliament, we first to look in so that we can do what? So that we can see why these people are actually carrying out this homosexuality. Our dear judges, after seeing all those effects and their reasons, maybe we shall engage the parliamentarians. Granted.
Is giving a room for comfort to the promoters the best way of calming down homosexuality?
Pardon?
Is giving a room for comfort to the promoters of homosexuality a better way of calming down homosexuality?
It is not a better way, but we are saying that we have to first see the reasons. You have to see the main reason, or you have to look from the grassroots. Why are these promoters saying that they should promote this homosexuality? That's why we as team affirmatives, we are saying that we have to first find out those reasons, and after finding those reasons, we shall first engage these parliamentarians or the MPs to push these discussions of encouraging the President to do so. We shall first give, not granted, please, let me first try my point at home. We're going to first engage these parliamentarians to push those issues or the reasons why these promoters are promoting homosexuality to the Parliament, so that the President can get encouraged to do what? To do so. And then the next thing, we shall also discuss these issues in the most public places, like the media, like the TV stations, so that to give or to clarify on the effective part of homosexuality. After doing all this, my dear judges, because we are seeing that homosexuality in Uganda currently, we are seeing in Uganda this homosexuality law has not yet been put in place. So we shall all do this in order so that we can encourage, or we can invite the President to do what? To put, with that, allow me rest my case.
Our dear judge and the audience at large, plus the two competitive sides. My name is Momzadov, the opposition leader. We have Tumwesige Dominique as the opposition deputy opposition leader, and the whip, who is Mwenyi Lysandra. Resolve. This house shall encourage the president of Uganda first to rehabilitate the promoters of homosexuality before signing the bill into what? To the law. My Lord Judge, the need. Should the president sign or not? That's the need in today's resolution. We are funded by the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, and we come as the parliament. What? We asked one question: is giving a comfortable room to the promoters the best way? They actually said no. So what is the best way, my Lord Judge? So if comfortable room is not the way they are actually rehabilitating, what do we have on board? As team opposition, we say that let's not rehabilitate, but let the president sign the Anti-Homophobia Act so that these people will be stimulated against and they will have penalties at the end of the day. Because we are not sure of how many promoters of homosexuality that we shall get at the end of the day. One, we see that when we sign or rehabilitate the promoters, one, we shall be against our ethics. What? Our culture does not allow a man, woman to woman. So what are they bringing on board? If they are what? They are considering these people. Why? Should we consider them, or should we just stop there and let our tradition, our ethics go down? Are they informed of the diseases that come because of the homosexuality, like the annual polyps and the annual what? Cancer. Accepted?
But do you know the meaning of the word rehabilitation?
Thank you very much. I can repeat. Rehabilitate is to help somebody have a normal life after a disaster, a disastrous life that he has gone through. But shall we accept it? Shall we? No. We shall not accept, because rehabilitation is not the best option that we have. The best option is that let the president sign the Anti-Homophobia Act so that it can be stipulated and these people can face the charges and other people can face the law and learn from it. Accepted?
Have you understood the need of the...
Thank you very much. The need of today's resolution is that should the president sign or not? Thank you. Sensitization. We shall sensitize, because these people are not aware of how dangerous the homosexuality is. They are not aware. So if the rehabilitation of these promoters, shall we come with sensitization? No. It means we shall sensitize and inform the citizens, so that this homosexuality cannot do what? Increase. With that, I rest my case.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to pass more information that whenever I knock the desk once, that means that we are out of protected time. When I knock the desk after a minute, that means that we are into protected time. The first and the last minutes are protected time, isn't it?
Our dear judges and the two competing bodies and the audience at large, good evening to you all. My name is Mpanga Joseph, the Deputy Prime Minister. First and foremost, start with in this resolution, the team opposition had to ask us that is giving a room of comfort to promoters of homosexuality a better way to curb it down. Our dear judges, it's not the better way, and we are not doing so. We are not giving a room to the promoters. That's why we need the president. We are encouraging the president to do what? To sign the bill. But before that, the president needs to first rehabilitate these promoters. Our dear judges, they never understood that. Not allowed. Our dear judges, the team opposition did not understand the need of the resolution. The need of the resolution is to end homosexuality in Uganda as our perimeter. Allowed.
Is homosexuality contributing anything to our country?
Of course, it is not contributing anything in our country, because it has not been legalized. Our dear judges, if you are to see currently in Uganda, there is homosexuality. This homosexuality law has not been yet put in place. That's why the parliament, as with the team government under the parliament, we had to make a bill, that's the proposed law, so that the president can sign on it to become a full law. That's why we are here today, our dear judges. But not allowed. Our dear judges, we are seeing that the promoters of allowed.
Who are the promoters of the homosexuality in this case?
The promoters of this, in this case, these are the people who encourage homosexuality to go in place. For example, I can give you, there's some NGO like SMAC and other, and some information is classical. So, our dear judges, we are seeing that the promoters are not aware of the dangers of homosexuality. That's why we're encouraging the president to first rehabilitate them on these dangers of homosexuality. For example, homosexuality causes cancer, our dear judges. Homosexuality causes the damage of the rectum of the person who is a victim to it. That's why we need to rehabilitate these promoters before the law is being signed by the president to make it in place. Allowed?
Then if it is causing all those diseases, then why should we delay it with the rehabilitation?
Of course, our dear judges, we don't want to live in a chaotic situation. That's why we need the president to help these members, these promoters, before we sign it in to make it a law. Our dear judges, team opposition is not getting so. Allow me to let my state. I do submit.
Panel, allow me begin my speech in 3, 2, 1 seconds. Resolved. This House shall encourage the President of Uganda first rehabilitate the promoters of homosexuality before signing the bill into law. Dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm the second speaker from negating side, and one of my roles is to rebut, dear ladies and gentlemen. First of, the team of farmers have a point that the promoters are not aware of the dangers of homosexuality, dear ladies and gentlemen. That is the point that they are what? That they are bringing on board, dear ladies and gentlemen. But the question is, are team of farmers aware that ignorance of law in court is not defense? That is the thing that they should come on board to answer. Ignorance of law in court is not defense, dear ladies and gentlemen. And another thing, we posed them a question that, is homosexuality contributing anything to our country? And the second speaker clearly said that it is not contributing anything to our country, dear ladies and gentlemen. And what does that call for, dear ladies and gentlemen? It means we should not wait. We should put, this law should be signed and the penalties should start working, dear ladies and gentlemen. First, be patient and I drive my point home, dear ladies and gentlemen. We as team, to emphasize more on our case, we as team negators. Why are we saying that the president of the state, the president of country, he should sign this thing before even rehabilitation of these promoters, dear ladies and gentlemen? First and foremost, we say that it is against our own ethics. Allowed?
Dear Honorable, you're saying that the homosexuality has contributed something to our country. What is that something and how?
Dear ladies and gentlemen, the first part of understanding is listening. I said that we posed them a question that is homosexuality contributing anything to our country? They clearly said that it is contributing nothing to our country. And that's why we are saying, we as team negators, that we shouldn't wait. The president should sign this law minus rehabilitation of the promoters, dear ladies and gentlemen. Another thing, not allowed. Another thing, dear ladies and gentlemen. Another thing, we as team negators, we are saying that homosexuality causes some diseases, comes with diseases, protect the time, comes with diseases like anoprolapse and no cancer, dear ladies and gentlemen. The point that they have failed to tackle, and that point stands in today's debate, dear ladies and gentlemen. And we talked about the point of sensitization. They never tackled that point. It means that point also stands in today's debate, dear ladies and gentlemen. They ask the need of resolution, dear ladies and gentlemen. We are all aware that the need of the resolution is to end homosexuality. And that's why we are saying that the president of Uganda should sign the bill, minus waiting for what? For rehabilitation of the promoters. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my dear judges. A very good evening to the August House at large, the two competing states, and the judges. My dear Lord judges, allow me first make the negators understand today's resolution, my dear Lord judges. They are coming here on board telling us that the president should even sign without listening to the promoters, my dear Lord judges. But we are seeing, where will they put the people who have been in homosexuality? Will they just leave them there alone without rehabilitation, my dear Lord judges? They should come and clarify on that. They came here with a clash point of signing the anti-homophobia way, my dear Lord judges. We are seeing facing charges here, my dear Lord judges, whereby they are talking about their ethics, culture, whereby homosexuality is not allowed in their culture, my dear Lord judges. But we are seeing all of us have the need of ending homosexuality, my dear Lord judges. When we talked about first to rehabilitate the promoters of homosexuality, we do not say that the president was going to sign the bill into law, my dear Lord judges. What are we bringing on board as the team of farmers, my dear Lord judges? We are going to first rehabilitate the promoters. What do we mean, my dear Lord judges? By rehabilitating the promoters, that means they will first go into, allow me to drive my point home, they will first go to rehabilitation classes. Understand, because even those drug addictors, when they got into rehabilitation classes, they come back when knowing something and they solve something, my dear Lord judges.
That ignorance of law in court is not defense.
As I was coming, my dear Lord judges, he's talking about ignorance of law in court is not defense, my dear Lord judges. Why is the ignorance of law in this resolution, my dear Lord judges? My dear Lord judges, allow me continue. They do not know what is rehabilitation. Rehabilitation is to help somebody to have a normal and useful life, my dear Lord judges. Now if we help the promoters have a normal life, to have somebody to have a normal life allowed.
If you have cancer, should it be treated early?
It should, my dear Lord judges. Allow me drive my point. Before you ask, allow me first give you what I have, the team negators. My dear Lord judges, another thing I want to clarify about, that they came here told us that should the president sign or not. But my dear Lord judges, before they're asking the president to sign, they should first listen to us, my dear Lord judges. My dear Lord judges, they asked us that is homosexuality of help. We told them no, my dear Lord judges. And before that, they had given us a question that is giving a room of comfort to promoters of homosexuality. A better way to cap it down, my dear Lord judges. We told them no. If we give a room to these promoters of homosexuality, that means there will be no way of capping down, because we need to first rehabilitate them. Whereby rehabilitation is helping somebody to have a normal and useful life. Our dear judges, our main point is on rehabilitation. Whereby we shall take these people into rehabilitation classes when they have understood the dangers and getting the useful life. They will see the dangers of this homosexuality, my dear Lord judges. How are we going to do this, my dear Lord judges? Of which we have already the rehabilitation classes, my dear Lord judges, whereby we are with the parliament, my dear Lord judges. Allow me to rest my case.
Third speaker from the negative side.
Thank you very much, our dear judges and the August House. First of all, what is the resolution saying tonight? It is saying that this House shall encourage the President of Uganda to rehabilitate the promoters of homosexuality before signing the bill into law. What did they come defining rehabilitation, our dear judges? They said they are going to give them a room for comfort to relax. Our dear judges, I asked them a question. If you have cancer and it has been detected at an early stage, is it good to continue delaying it, our dear judges? They are here talking about rehabilitation. Our dear judges, they did not tell us how are they going to rehabilitate rehabilitate, our dear judges. Then, our dear judges, how do you come telling us rehabilitation, but you're not giving us your strategies? What are the strategies, our dear judges, that you have laid in order to prevent this? Our dear judges, in 2014, we had the anti-homosexuality law, and this rehabilitation was stayed. Our dear judges, what did it do, our dear judges? Did it do anything? Not allowed. Did it do anything, our dear judges? It did nothing. Then why should we continue rehabilitating? Even granted.
My dear Speaker, is the homosexuality law billed yet?
The homosexuality, our dear judges, I'm still coming to that. Allow me to drive my point home. Not allowed, our dear judges. Our dear judges, what are we saying as the team negators? We are saying that the president should not even wait for this rehabilitation to take place in order to sign the law. However, we should sign the law directly in order to calm down this virus that is spreading like hell, our dear judges. What are we saying? When allowed?
You are saying that the president should sing the
Yes.
way. But how are you going to cater for those people who are being in homosexuality?
Our dear judges, I'm still coming to that. How are we going to cater for the people in homosexuality, our dear judges? Should we leave these people in the comfort zone so that they can enjoy, or sign the law to go against them? Because, our dear judges, we have told you very well that homosexuality is bringing some diseases like anorexic. Our dear judges, are you aware that homosexuality is against our ethics, our dear judges? In the African traditional society, did we have the homosexuality, our dear judges? Our dear judges also have this thing. When God was creating, he created a man and a woman. Why did he do that, our dear judges? Don't you think he was aware that a man and a man is totally a bad thing, our dear judges? That's why he created a man and a woman, our dear judges. They should come and tell us very well. Our dear judges, what are we saying here? That for us, the team negators, we're going to sensitize the people, because we told them very well, ignorance of the law in courts isn't a crime, our dear judges. We are aware that very many people right now do not know, especially our youth, the young ones that are still outside there. They do not know anything. So, dear judges, it's better to sensitize those people in order not to accept this thing. But at the same time, these people are coming with rehabilitation to give these people comfort zone. For what? Why should we keep cancer in our body, and yet we can treat it very early and it heals, our dear judges? What are we saying, our dear judges? We're saying that the team negators should first, the team affirmers should first consider the very negative effects of homosexuality before they come up with rehabilitation, which is delaying us, our dear judges. Thank you very much.
Reply speech from the negative side. 2 minutes for the reply speech. Reply speech from the negative side. 2 minutes only.
My Lord Judge, the bill has already been stipulated. It is already in place. And the House is the Parliament. And the House has already stipulated. So is there any need for the rehabilitation? Yet it has been already stipulated. My Lord Judge, we don't know the actual promoters of homosexuality. So what strategies have they laid? What strategies have they actually laid that they are going to help us rehabilitate these people? Actually, we have no idea about the promoters of homosexuality. So how is it going to be effective? Is homosexuality contributing to the country? Actually, they said no. So what is the use of actually rehabilitating? So let them face the law, and actually the other people will do what? Will go down. So isn't that the best option that we are having in this today's resolution? My Lord Judge, in today's debate, team affirmers never achieved the burden of proof. As team negators, we have shown how best not is the rehabilitation. We have shown them, but team affirmers have not shown us the plan. So how shall we know that they will rehabilitate these people? The need was to do what? For the president to sign or not, so that we calm down the what? The homosexuality. But have they tackled that part? How can the president go against his people? Just like that, my Lord Judge? Not really. They are saying that ethics are not of use. So, my Lord Judge, don't you think that culture will be ruined and we are going to be in the homosexuality if we just first rehabilitate instead of using the law first? And then sensitization will work. We sensitize the other people that don't have any idea about the homosexuality, the dangers, and we shall not, and the law how they will face it. Don't you think that is the best option other than rehabilitating first, and then they face the law, and then everything will be smooth? Don't you think? With that, I rest my case.
So, our dear judges, the team negator, the team opposition had to ask us a question whereby the ignorance of law in court is not a defense. Our dear judges, to inform the team opposition that are not even aware of a bill and a law. In this case, we are dealing with a bill, and the bill is a proposed law. So it's not yet a law. So there is no being ignorant about the law, because you have not yet made it a law. So that point does not stand. And the resolution of today is very clear that it's before signing a bill into a law. So, dear judges, they have also told us a point that the president should sign the bill anti-homophobia way, in anti-homophobia way. But in this case, where will they put these people who have been already in the homosexuality? They had to ask us that how are we going to rehabilitate? Our dear judges, of course, we have the team opposition that are already on our side, because sensitization that we are talking about is one of the activities that are in rehabilitation, our dear judges. With all that, we have also another point which we have, that we are going to be doing open campaigns, public campaigns, rehabilitating these promoters, our dear judges. Our dear judges, the team opposition do not know the meaning of the word bill and the law. So I'd like to inform, because they are first, the second, is it the first, the second? I beg submit.
Gentlemen, as you've been told before, my name is Timothy Ahebwa, and I happen to be a veteran debater, and I acted as a co-judge in today's debate. The resolution simply states that this House shall encourage the President of Uganda first to rehabilitate the promoters of homosexuality before signing the bill into law. So we realize that this is a value resolution that requires us to weigh on whether the government, on whether the President should first rehabilitate before signing this bill into law, or he should not rehabilitate these people. He should directly sign the law. And the fact that this resolution already tells you that this is just a suggestion and the bill has not yet been signed yet. This means that the law has not yet been put into place. But we are having some acts in the Constitution that talk about this law, that defend the ethics of our locality. But specifically the homosexuality law has not yet been in place. So we realize that one of the teams comes to claim to say that this law is in place, and this team does not realize the difference between bill and the difference between a law. Okay? So I want us to understand those key points we have to understand in this today's resolution. Then we come to see that meanwhile along the debate, both teams, I should say, do not get to understand the need in today's resolution. Since this is a value resolution, the need in this resolution is for us to weigh and see, should we first rehabilitate these people before the bill is signed into law? Or we should first sign the law and then rehabilitate these people? Or maybe anything else. You see that? But one of the teams comes to say that the need in today's resolution is to sign the act or not. But we realize that the act is the Anti-Homosexuality Act. You see this? So, we see whether the President should first rehabilitate these people or not rehabilitate them and sign the bill into law. This is the need in today's resolution. So we go on the individual speakers. The first speaker from the affirmative side comes to claim that this is a policy resolution by them bringing to us the plan on how they are going to first rehabilitate this resolution, or to rehabilitate these promoters of homosexuality. Therefore, this shows us that she has seen this as a policy resolution. But we realize that this is a value resolution. That is an individual mistake. That is an error that we notice. We also see the second. I will not talk about the second affirmative. I come to see about another speaker. Actually, one of the teams talks about these consequences, and they talk about the defense. The not knowing of the law is not a defense in court and stuff. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, the verdict of today's game or today's debate is going to be given, or is going to be taken according to what I have explained. One of the teams loses because of the reasons that I have talked about, and one of the teams wins because of what I've also talked about. With that, allow me to rest my case, and I invite my chief adjudicator to come and take on.
Thank you very much, my co-judge. Once again, I was earlier on introduced as well Marvin Derrick, and I happen to be the chief advocate of the day. And I'm here probably to also just make few comments and then give the final adjudication. So thank you very much, the two competing bodies and the audience at large and the organizers of the ceremony. It has been a colorful one. We get to learn that this type of debate is what we refer to as impromptu. You're not prepared for the debate. So what we can say, even if you are not prepared for the debate, but make sure you flow in the debate. Don't put us off that track. Yes? We get to say that team affirmers, you always have that upper hand of supporting the motion that comes in place. But make sure you don't contradict in what you're saying. And when you've come to present, have the confidence in you. Don't come and stammer on what you've already shared as a group, because you'll automatically confuse the next speaker. So we had here different people give us speeches. They expressed themselves very well. The audibility was well. We had them giving us their content, what they have brought on table. Though it was an improper debate, the content was not well organized. People were not clear on what they were saying. We had on the farmers' side, they brought their content, but it was not well stipulated according to the debate. We should differentiate between a value debate and a policy debate. A policy debate is where we are bringing something in place that has not been in place, yes? But this, we already having a bill running, and we're only waiting for it to be signed into an act or law by the president. So it's not a policy debate, it's a value debate. So the team of farmers had to convince us why rehabilitate, and probably how shall we rehabilitate? Yes, and what are the disadvantages of homosexuality coming after or before the rehabilitation? Something that we didn't get clearly from the team of farmers. I doubt if anyone got the reason of why we should rehabilitate very well, and how are we going to do the rehabilitation. So from there, fast forward, I ran into the reply speeches. Rehabilitation, we can have sensitization part of rehabilitation, because we shall have to tell the community on what is happening, all those very people who are involved in homosexuality. So we get to see that the team negators bring it in a POI. So team affirmers realize their mistake and come in the reply speech with sensitization, something that may not work in a reply speech because you failed to use it in your first speeches. Yes? So team negators did their burden of rebutting very well, and they even corrected the team affirmers. So team affirmers were not well organized with their work. They didn't tell us the core reasons of the rehabilitation, but team negators rebutted all the points they brought on board. So from there, we had them contradicting on the issue of ignorance of law is not a solution. So we also didn't get clearly who was who, because it came as a POI from negators. They had to defend it. We didn't have a clear answer to that. Yes? We also had, is homosexuality of importance, is it good or bad? We didn't get a good reply from team negators, because I think it came from our farmers. Yes? So from there, those are some of the few mistakes we need to rectify in our debating skills as all of us, we debaters, and as judges of the day, we had our verdicts made accordingly on each speaker. So, on team farmers, the first speaker had 15 out of 30. Team negators, the first speaker had 16 out of 30. Team farmers, second speaker had 16 out of 30. Team negators, the second speaker had 20 out of 30. Because he rectified these issues. When he came here, he explained very well what he was talking about. Then team affirmers, third speaker, we had 18 out of 30. Then team negators, third speaker, we had 17 out of 30. So the total verdict of the day, we had team negators having 53 out of 90, because there were 3 speakers. And then we had team negators was 53 out of 90. Team affirmers 30 out of 90. So we have our winners of the day as team negators. Thank you very much for giving us a nice debate. We hope we improve on our skills and maintain our speaker roles. Team affirmers, we didn't fulfill our roles. First speaker, you didn't introduce your team. You didn't stipulate your goals. What team negators did. So thank you very much. It was a nice debate. We wish you well.
My name is Ruyonga George Rwabongoya. I'm the head teacher of Mpanga Senior Secondary School. Mpanga Senior Secondary School is a day mixed government aided school located in Fort Portal Tourism City. We are having the biggest population in the Rwenzori region in terms of students. Currently we have 2,705 students. Of those, 1,458 are boys and 1,247 are girls. We deal in both curricular and co-curricular activity. Curricular activities are basically the teaching and learning that takes place in school. Abana baitu nibasoma kurungi, Nigeria tukatunga results nungi, ha A-level tukatunga omusiti weitu wakana akora science, BCM, akayam points 18. O-level tukaba tuina 13 first grades, 52 second grades, and around 107 third grade. So we are doing very well. More co-curricular activities, tukira kuba mu football, for both boys and girls. We go for basketball, we also go for volleyball, and athletics, especially in second term. Among other things we do debate, and our students are doing very well at the district level in a debate. Even tomorrow, as I talk now, we shall be in Nyakasora for a competition. Some 2 weeks back, we participated in Save River Mpanga and the environment under the Ministry of National Water and Environment Protection. And our students were the second. We were beaten by St. Mary's Seminary. So far, activities zetu zikukora nizezi, kandi we thank our parents abokutuha abana mu isomero no ku supporting isomero through the PTA projects as Basasura that is helping us to manage the school. I want to take this opportunity to thank Fort TV for the good promotion of the education institutions you are doing, and especially for coming to Mpanga to have this interaction with us. We also thank our parents. We thank the Ministry of Education and Sports. We thank the government for supporting education in this country. I also want to thank my staff for the good work they are doing in sustaining these students here at school in Mpanga Senior Secondary School. Thank you.